What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So today's video, I want to show you guys how to run Dime 1-4 on Madden 24 on current gen and next gen. Okay, so this is current gen and next gen. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So I hope you guys are enjoying Madden 24 so far. So for context, it is release date, so it is August 14th as the time I'm recording this video, and it is basically 12 p.m. So it's basically the 15th, so the day after Madden. But it's, you know, I've been kind of grinding it for about 3 hours, and I'm really excited to bring you this. So I thought defense would be a great thing to actually elaborate on first. So we're going to take a look at current gen, and then we're going to take a look at next gen, all in the same video. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and I hope you do enjoy this, and let me know in the comments. Now, first and foremost, I want to just go over personnel, and then when we go out in the field, I'll talk about when to use this defense, because this is not something you want to run every down. Okay, this is not an every down defense. This is a pass-based defense, but you can slow down the run. Notice I didn't say blow up in the backfield. You can slow it down. Okay, so first and foremost, we talk about is personnel. So at personnel, you want to put whoever your star players, your best pass rusher needs to go in this spot where Josh Sweat is. It has to be him right here. Okay, now you guys know 1-4 has been really popular, but you can't run it the way you did last year and the years prior. There's a little bit of a tweak you have to do. Okay, and I'll go over all that in a second. So this is the only position that's important right here, is making sure you have somebody athletic who can get to the quarterback. Okay, your best pass rusher that you can put right here. Okay, everything else doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna leave it, even leaving the linebackers. This isn't a personnel based video. Now, next important thing, okay, you want to go to the if you're on current gen, you want to go to coaching adjustments, right? And you want to turn auto flip off. Okay, really important. Make sure you have that off. Now, if you want to put zone drops and all that, you're more than welcome to. I'm not talking about that in this video, so we're just going over basically setup. Okay, setup and what to run this against, etc. So we can only do this out of cover 2 sync. Okay, we can't do this out of any other defense as of right now. Okay, so cover 2 sync works the best. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come out cover 2 sync. Now, I just kind of picked the playbook. I haven't dove in all the offensive playbooks, but so far the Seahawks looks about to be the same actually. So let's do spread wide slot, and let's do what play looks cool. We'll do slot post. I don't know, the play looks cool. So the way it used to work, okay, this is the old setup that you used to do. So you used to be able to press, you used to be able to pinch your defensive line, quarterback contain, and you drag them in. This is the old setup. Okay, so I'm just showing you something real quick. So notice how the old setup, notice what happens. So I'm gonna throw the ball out, we're gonna go and replay, we're gonna take a look at it. Now there's a reason why I'm bringing you into replay, to show you the old setup, because this is what it's gonna look like if you try to use any other defensive play in here. So the cover 3, they have a spinner blitz. If you try to use any of those, this is what it looks like. So notice what happens. Notice how they're gonna swap. He's going to go inside and he goes outside. That's what it's going to look like. We don't want that. We want this guy right here to come straight in screaming. That's what we want. So there's a little bit of a tweak we have to do this year. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to press R1, and it's going to pull up our shifts, our shift defense. So we're going to shift our entire defense to the left side. Okay, we want to shift it to the blitzing cornerback over here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to press quarterback contain. So we shift the defense, press quarterback contain, and we're going to drag this guy in. Make sure you drag him in close enough to where he gets the blitz angle. So I'm going to bring him over a hair more. Now you can use her on whoever you want to. It doesn't matter. And what you're going to notice now is, notice what happens. He's going to absolutely come in screaming, and I can't tell you how consistent this is. So all we did is slid our defense to right, slid our defense to the left, excuse me, press, and quarterback contain. So shift your whole defense to left, quarterback contain, and press. That's all you need to do. And then he's going to come outside every single time, literally every single time. Now some of you guys might be saying, "Real, there's no way you can, it must just be because the running back's on that side," right? Now technically you are right. So if they are going to put their running back on the other side and pass block, that is fine. Why is that, Real? Why is that fine? Look how many people we're rushing. Okay, we're rushing what? We're rushing 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And they have 5 linemen. So if they want to block their running back, they're blocking 6 people. 6 to handle 4. We'll take them odds every single time. And look what happens still. Look, we get a great bull rush, because that is your best pass rusher. So now you see what I'm saying when I say that this defense This defense on current gen is going to be the meta again, and I'll go over run defense and things like that. Just now, this is just him being him, right? Because he's our best pass rusher. This is why you want your best, because we're going to be able to get those matchups and we're going to be able to capitalize, right? Now, we also can do this with 3 people. So what we can do if we want to rush this with 3 is we actually can put our end over there in a quarterback spot, so we can do something like this, right? And think about this, we still have all of these people to play around with coverage shells, okay? We can turn zone drops on, we can make a cover 3 shell, we can make a cover 2 shell, and look, we are still going to screen. All right, now some of you guys might be saying, Rel, what about the run? Obviously, Rel, what about the run? Okay, so again, this is not run defense, okay? This is something that's strictly meant for passing downs or people who are pass heavy, okay? But if somebody's running the ball, okay, please listen, because I know you guys are going to comment this. If somebody's running the ball, all right, you want to make sure you use one of these safeties. Now, these are what the run fits look like, okay? And to do this, all I did was held L2, and I'm pressing square and circle. That's all I'm doing, okay? So, for the run fits, as you notice, everybody's included but who? Our safety. So, what we're going to do is we're going to use our safety, right? Now, see me, I don't like having to use our cover 2 on the deep side. So, what I would do is I would put square in the outside third, and now I can actually just use her the middle of the field if I want to, right? If you want to do it that way. That is one way I like to do it. If I do it this way, I like to actually put that guy in a purple or put that guy in a hard flat. Something like this, right? So something where I actually have control over the middle. And now what I can do is now notice how I'm inside the run fit, right? And this way, if they happen to run the ball, right? Now I can actually just play the run. You know, I can try to fill a gap, right? So that you want to contain the run, okay? That's all you want to do, right? So really, really love this defense when it comes to that. So real quick, I want to give you an example about why you cannot run this versus why you can't use any other player, okay? Because some of you guys feel like you can use cover 3 and it's going to do the same. So I want to run cover 3. Actually, I'll flip it, right? Okay, so I'll flip it just to kind of give you an example, right? And we're going to do the same exact setup. We'll actually go against the same formation and the same play, just so everything is consistent, so you guys don't feel like it's just a formation-based thing, right? So we're going to do the same exact setup that we just did, and we're going to bring them over, make them with the blitz contain, bring them over a little bit more. Now we're going to go ahead and snap the ball. Now kind of watch. Notice how they're going to switch. So that's what I was telling you guys. They're going to switch every single time. So it's really important that you guys make sure that you're doing it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and switch over to next gen so I can show you guys how to use this on next gen. All right. Now one thing I did forget to mention to you guys is Playbook. So if you're on current gen, I believe the best playbook to use is the Dolphins defensive playbook. So use the Dolphins on current gen. Now for some reason on next gen, at the time of recording this video, early in Madden, where the game could still update, okay, so it may be fixed, but as of right now, if you try to use the Dolphins playbook on next gen, you actually won't have dime 1-4. It'll be like dime 2-3 or something like that, so with the 4 down linemen. So I am actually using the Panthers defensive playbook, okay? Now, the Panthers defensive playbook is actually pretty good. It has 3-4 odd, 4-3 even, 6-1. It has 4-4 split. We have 3-3 cub, which is going to be a defense I'll talk about soon. And they have the 1-4 and the 2-3, so, and they have a quarter 1-3-7. So I'm in the Panthers defensive playbook. I think it's going to be a pretty meta defensive playbook this year, just because they have a lot of good formations that were good last year, and it could be similar, but I'll have to dive in more at that. But just want to make sure I did mention that before I did forget. So on next gen, we're going to set it up the same way, right? We're going to turn auto flip off, and to do that, all I did was hit the middle R3 button for packages. If you hit that, then you'll have access to doing these. And if you don't have access, that's because you only have one controller. You have to have 2 controllers, to my knowledge, okay? I could be wrong, so you guys let me know in the comments. But what we're going to do is for substitution, we're going to do the same exact thing. So we want to put our best player in this left hand spot, okay? And we have to turn auto flip off because we need it to come from this left side. It's something about this left side, I don't know what it is. It's been this way for years, and it's still this way this year. So it's going to be a different setup than what we did on current gen. So we're going to go to dime 1-4, cover 2 sync, okay? That's the play you want to choose. Can't remember if I said it or not. So I chose the Seahawks for the reason. I chose this playbook for a reason, because I wanted to go against the same formation to show you guys just how consistent it is. So that way we're looking at the same thing, you know? So you guys don't be like, well, it did this because of this, you know, this formation. So what we're going to do is first I'm going to show you the setup that we just did on current gen, which was shift our entire defense left, press quarterback contain, right? So we're going to bring him in. I'm just showing you why we can't use the same setup, okay? So notice where he's going to go. Did you guys notice that he actually swapped, okay? Him and our end swapped, which is what we don't want, okay? Which is why we can't use any other play, because they immediately swapped. You see that? So what can we do about that? So it's actually a really simple setup, but it only works on next gen. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just pinch our whole entire defense. We're going to hit R1 and down. Notice how they all go down, and we're going to quarterback contain from here. That is all that we're going to do. And what you're going to notice now is that he's actually going to get a really, really great pass rush angle. So it's a tad bit different. It's not a screamer like it is on current gen, but you can still use this. Defense is still usable on next gen. You just need that pass rusher, because kind of watch the pass rusher. Notice how he's going to go outside and then attack. Actually, I forgot to mention one thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all forgive me. I forgot. But you guys are going to see why this is important. I'm going to go on replay and show you. So what you want to do is notice how many people we're rushing. Okay, so we're rushing 4 people, right? So one thing I like to do is, if I want to use 4 people, we're going to take this guy or this guy, whichever one you want. We're going to put them in a spy. So what's going to happen here is that you're going to get a really good pass rush angle from this guy and this guy, because he's going to loop around. So he's going outside and he's trying to loop outside. So sometimes what happens is this guy will actually loop around and come here. So I like to put a quarterback spy, so that way our spy will be chilling here, and when the quarterback steps up in the pocket, we'll send them. So it's basically like a trap style defense, if you will. We're going to force the quarterback to have to step up, and when he steps up, we're going to send our spy. So we're going to pinch our whole entire defense. We're going to quarterback contain, and I like to take that linebacker that's on the line of scrimmage and put him in a spy. So you can use it as safety if you like to, or you can use it him. Personally, I love safeties in 1-4-6 because we're so weak against the run. It is you can get ran on a little easy. So again, if I want to make sure I don't have to worry about getting beat over the top, I'll still run this style of defense right here, where we just put this guy. You can zone drop, okay? Don't forget that. You can definitely zone drop. You know, you can definitely do other things that you want. If you want to put him in the middle third, you can. You know, it's just really up to you. I just personally like this. It just works best for me. But anyways, I just want to show you real quick. So notice how he's going to kind of go off the edge. I think we took too long, so we didn't get the nice rush angles that we want. But we'll go ahead and set it up again. Because with practice mode, if you take too long, things don't work out how they're supposed to. So again, we can actually spy this linebacker. That's just what I like to do. We'll put him in a deep and just play just a basic shell. But notice how he's going to take that wide rush, and that's what we want. That's what we're looking for. And again, it's not like a screamer per se, but I want to show you the difference, because some of you guys might think that we could just flip this play, or we could just manually blitz that guy R1. So I just manually blitzed R1. Can you see the difference in the angle with this guy and this guy? So if you look at it, notice how his kind of bends in some, but the other one kind of just goes straight inside. So it's a difference. So if you watch both of them pass rush, you'll notice the difference immediately. So notice how our cornerback on the left side was fighting really hard to stay outside, okay? And of course, they switched it up the layout with like the new play and everything, so I'm still trying to get used to it being right there. So anyways, next thing I will talk about just some run defense real quick. So if you guys use this, so I love mainly using this this defense versus empty, and I may do a separate video on empty on how to guard it with this particular play. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys again just the defense, that's all. So like I said, I love using the safety because you guys can see the run fits are the same, and we can still do the same thing where we're just going to have to worry about the middle. And if they run the ball, again, I'm using inside zone because it's most popular. We're going to have people that's playing the run, okay? So we don't have to play it. We could actually slow play it. And that's what's great about this, because of that angle that our cornerback blitzes. He's going to be the one making the play a lot of times because they just aren't going to be able to get outside. So your main job as a safety, you're looking to fill one of these gaps. One of these 2 gaps is what you're looking to fill. So that's why I start inside out, because the way this play works is our end is going to be fighting outside. This guy's going to fight outside. And a lot of times he will come straight free just because of how the alignment is. So notice how these 2 are just kind of aligned that way. Normally, you're going to have a free player because that blitz angle is so tight. That's why that gets open like that, okay? So I'll even show you different formation because some of you guys might just say, well, it's just that formation. So let's just do tight doubles. Ideally, you want to do this versus wide formations, but not really tight. But you can still definitely do it. it just works a lot better against your tighter coverages. And even then, I actually forgot I was running the ball, but you can tell they're gonna be in those gaps naturally. Okay, so I'll kind of show you one more. Let's just do I don't know. Let's do Y off trips week. Why not? So let's do 4 verts. Okay, so we'll pinch our defensive line, quarterback attain. Now, sometimes some formations they're going to be right here. You'd rather this guy be outside right here so we can let our defensive end get some work. So sometimes you have to bump him out a little bit to get the good angle. Versus having to put them in. So sometimes you want to put them out, okay? And we're going to get a quarterback spy. And again, you can play around coverage shells. I may do another video going over coverage shells, but not today. This is just showing you guys, how to set it up. So like I said, this is just a staple coverage right now where we take this guy and do this or take this guy and do that. This is just what I want to talk about today, okay? Because what we'll do is our spy is going to be in the middle. We have a vertical hook, so we're just worried about this. Where you see me running, we're just worried about all that. So you can't get sucked in on play action, okay? So we'll come here, boom, we're looking. Now I can send my spy at any point, so you want to be ready to send that spy. That's the whole point of this defense. We'll take a look at the replay, and that's gonna wrap it up for this video, okay? If I can stop hitting choose new play. So I'm just gonna kind of just pick some random play right here just so we can go and take a look at the replay and go ahead and wrap up this video. So I appreciate you guys. I like to make my videos a little longer so you guys can really get the gist of it. But what I was trying to explain to you is just look at how our end is gonna fight. And what you got to keep in mind is a lot of people like to back up in the pocket. So notice how I didn't back up. I didn't even click anything on the controller. Actually, I want to show you that once, okay? Because I think it's pretty important, and then I promise we're gonna be done. I know this is a long video. I appreciate you guys, okay? So I want to show you one thing real quick. So we'll just go back to square, and I'm gonna set up the defense. And again, it's just pinching our defensive line, quarterback attain, and you can also spy X if you want to. I normally don't, but you can. I like to just spy. I like to spy the linebacker. Sometimes you can spy that end right here, who I'm talking about. I like to have them rushing, just me personally. So I'm gonna chill right there on the safety. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. So a lot of times people are gonna step back in the pocket, and when they do that, a lot of times that cornerback is gonna be able to get a better angle on your quarterback. Okay. Now it's not gonna be like a screen thing, but a lot of times they get better angles and just better pass rushes in general. So kind of take a look at this. Notice how that that offensive tackle is barely able to get him. A lot of times that's gonna happen, and then they're gonna have to step up. And whenever they have to step up, that's where a lot of times he's going to end up making a play, or he's going to end up making a play. Because if you remember, this is your best pass rusher right here. This guy right here. And notice where he gets bumped into, right on the inside. So it's just a little glitchy, that's all. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video, though. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.